What are the different orchestration pattern in Databricks? So you have sequential. So sequential you can mention like ingest, validate, or transform, or you can also mention as raw, silver, and gold for the sequential. Fan out pattern is you have one upstream task, and depending on that upstream task, you are running the multiple parallel tasks. For example, you have one upstream and you are sending it to different locations or different consumer. That could be a fan out pattern. Fan in pattern could be, your example could be like you have multiple ingestion pipelines, and then you are sending it and aggregating those all the data into maybe one S3 or maybe some storage location, and then you are finally sending the data, or maybe running the pipeline for further pipeline once all the ingestion data is there. If else branching kind of strategy you could be using for your valid or invalid kind of record. So if based on the condition, if the record is valid, then it would go to a true path, so maybe a S3 location. And if the data is not valid, you can store it into invalid location. For each, this is a very important concept, and you can mention it in an interview in a very brilliant way, stating that rather than making 100 pipelines, you can have a one for each loop, and in which you can nest the loop, nest it by stating your tables. So this makes the life much more easier using a for each loop for multiple tables you want to process. And finally we have run if recover. So in this pattern, you have a upstream. If the upstream is success or failed, depending on that, you would be running the downstream, that is the publish, alert, or cleanup. Based on that, you could decide the result of the final pipeline. So you can mention these different orchestration pattern with the example, and make sure you give the example in such a way that you have use it in your projects, and you have written that in the resume, and you are stating it so that it gives an impression to the interviewer, yeah, that you have really worked on this. So thank you very much for watching. Please follow, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.